Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Football Plays YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, November 13th, and I'm back breaking down some more college basketball for the Wednesday night slate. We don't have a lot of matchups tonight to look at, so I went ahead and went with one of the best teams in basketball, looking at the UConn Huskies going up against Maine, the Dolphins. That is not Maine, that is Maine, the Dolphins. I'm also going to break down a player prop from this game. Probably not going to be offered, but I'm still going to break it down because this game is on TV. We have a chance for player props before we do that. Let's take a look at the plays for Tuesday night. Kansas currently playing going up against Michigan State. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, Kansas has to take over this game. It is now halftime. Michigan State with an absolutely crazy 3-point. My brain's off. And one from three. Holy shit. Wow. All right. It's 24-30 at half. Kansas has to take over. I thought they were going to take over at half. Michigan State making that shot. Probably going to have some momentum coming out of half. But I still trust Kansas. Even though Zeke Mayo's not playing well, has 0 points right now, hasn't made a shot. He's doing everything else for this team. Kansas is so good. It just baffles me that one of the best players has 0 points and they're up by 6 points at half. But that's what we have. Kansas minus 6. Kentucky plus 6.5 going up against Duke. That game's going to be after this Kansas game. Zeke Mayo over 15.5 points is what I got it at. 15-plus points if you did it on FanDuel. Probably not going to happen. He doesn't have any points. He might have 2 points from free throws. I didn't watch the last couple of minutes of the game, so he might have scored 2 points before the half. And then we have Cooper Flagg over 18.5 points. Came out a little bit higher. Still took it. I still think he's going to score 20-plus points going against Kentucky tonight. So currently, 0-0 around for the leaderboard there is updated from the Monday night plays. 11-5 in the season to start. Now we're going to be looking at the Huskies. That is going to be Maine going up against UConn. Should be a fun matchup to watch. It is going to be on TV, so you can watch this game. I know that these one-game breakdowns and one-player prop, probably not the best games to bet on, most fun games to watch, but what you can do early in the season, watch good teams go up against bad teams. You can potentially see if they have what it takes to be a better team this season than what they were last season. You can see how the players work together in the first couple of games after that transfer portal or new players coming in as freshmen. So there are other reasons to watch games other than to try to make money, because you could potentially get a lot of money down the road if you watch these early games, figure out what they can do. This is going to be one of those games to watch tomorrow because this is not going to be a competitive game. This is going to be a game that UConn probably dominates them. I'm going to take them against the spread as the play. Something that you never want to see if you're playing college basketball is the UConn Huskies on the other side of the floor, but you definitely don't want to see whenever you look up your own team on ESPN, they don't have a logo. Maine, the Dolphins, they don't have a logo. This team that UConn's playing, the ESPN homepage, which doesn't make me feel great about looking up the Dolphins, they don't have a logo for this matchup. I'm going to be conservative and say the spread in this one's going to be minus 35 in favor of UConn. The spread not out yet. 35 points seems like it's decent. They have won both of their games by 35-plus points so far. They scored 92 points in both games so far as well. The UConn team, the biggest return is Alex Caravan. He's a monster from the outside. He's a three-point specialist. He can make basically any shot you ask him to make. The Huskies are also going to be bracket guard. His name is Solo Ball, which transfers to ISO Ball, which also translates to one-on-one ball, which also translates to bucket getter. So far, he has lived up to his name. 15 points per game in the first 2 contests of the season. And the fun thing about UConn this season is that they've got some guys that were on the bench last year, role players last year. They stayed. And that's fun to see. Usually we see guys like that go to the transfer portal. This season they're going to be starting. They're going to score 15-plus points per game. Those guys are from the bench last year. They didn't go to the transfer portal. They believe in what they have at UConn. They want to go back to back to back. They do have a transfer, Terrence Jr. He played at Michigan last season, 9 points per game. He should be decent playing the center spot. Also have a true freshman, Liam McNeely. He's going to be the power forward. So once again, UConn should be a top 5 team going into the tournament. And whenever I took a look at Maine, I don't see a lot of talent, and I don't see a lot of defense. They're going to be giving up a lot of points in this game to the UConn Huskies, who play great defense and can score against anybody. One of the best things to look at for college basketball pick, props, predictions, whatever you want to look at, KenPom. It is free to use. You can look it up on the – not an ad. KenPom. It's free to use. Look it up. It's a website. It tells you a lot of information about some basketball teams. I would recommend subscribing. I think it's $10.99, might be a little bit more this season, but it gives you general information. If you're not subscribed, it's going to give you a lot of information. Right now, this is currently the 20th worst team in the nation. They don't play defense. They're pretty good at scoring, but that was against some teams that they're actually better than, and they also hung in there with Syracuse, which I thought was pretty impressive. until I looked up Syracuse. They lost to Colgate on Monday afternoon. If I'm being honest, I really, really think this is going to be an ugly game. UConn, they could put up 150 points. They're going to allow 50 points. They're not going to score 150 points, obviously, because they don't want to rub it in their face, but they can easily score 100-plus points. This one might be minus 40. I'm going to play this up to minus 40. The line currently not out, like I said, but anywhere between 35 and 40, I'm going to take a shot on UConn. I think they just run the Dolphins out of the gym. So give me UConn as the play tonight for Wednesday night. Final score, 103-56 in favor of the UConn Huskies for the best player prop of the day. Only one player prop. Probably not going to be able to bet this. We've had a couple player props that we couldn't take. This is probably going to be one of them, even though they are on TV. It's going to be Alex Caravan to go over his total points. He scored 13 points per game last season. He doesn't shoot the ball a ton, but he's a very efficient shooter. He's very capable of finding his own shot. He started off the season averaging 18.5 points per game, shooting 64.7% from the field, 61.5% from deep. Those numbers are most likely going to change. He's not going to shoot 60% from deep the entire season, but he's extremely hot right now shooting the ball. First game, this is what I like to see for the player props. 30-plus minutes in both games so far, 20 points in the first game, 17 points in the second game, even up 25-plus, 30-plus, 35-plus points. The Huskies played their starters 30-plus minutes per game. He's also been a really good team guy. So if you can find rebounds or assists, maybe take a shot on that. 11 assists in the first two games, 11 rebounds in the first two games. And he's going to be going up against the 334th best team in the nation defensively. So they're the 40th worst team in Division I college basketball at guarding. I do think the Huskies put up 100-plus points. Why not Caravan have 20-plus of those? I'll take him over 20 points as the play. Don't know if we're going to be able to bet this one, but if it does come out, I'm going to take him as my player prop for Wednesday night. Let's go take a look at the recap graphic. Here it is. One play, one player prop. Sorry, not a lot of games. Not a lot of games on TV. UConn against the spread. Again, 35 points, I'm guessing, maybe more. 35 points is a lot. I mean, we get to 40 points. That's like a full half of basketball that they have to cover. So 35 points for right now. And then Alex Caravan over his total points, 15.5, 16.5. I'm guessing somewhere around there if we can bet it. But guys, it's going to do it for the NCAA basketball picks and props for Wednesday, November 13th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please share, drop a like in this video, and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.